Hello everyone, this is Teddy Keckstedt, Forex Trading Unlocked, and we are here today with a Bitcoin sell signal, March 17th, 2021 market analysis for you. I just want to pull up our disclaimer real quick to remind you that this webinar is for illustrative and educational purposes only. Also, if you haven't read the book, High Probable Japanese Candlestick Patterns, check it out on Amazon.com, written by myself, Teddy Keckstedt. And it's available in paperback and Kindle versions. And if you haven't already liked and subscribed to our Forex Trading Unlocked Twitch and YouTube channels, please do. And also don't forget to click the like button on this video. So, all right, here we go. We're going to go to our live action screen here and pull myself up here. So, okay, we have the forex-trading-unlocked.com website pulled up, and we're going to go down to our chart here. We have the workstation page already filled out for you. Now, look at what we have going on here for Bitcoin analysis for you folks. Today, Bitcoin's a little bit lower, trading currently at $55,179, which is just below our sell signal right here, our sell level of $55,564 right here. So we had a 3 inside down sell signal. As you notice, it made this high back on what was it, 4 days ago, and the next session it was a smaller negative day, followed by the next day, which settled much lower, with this 3-day pattern being this ending on an up day, setting the high, then having a smaller down day within the body of the range, and then having a second day settling lower than that third day, where it settled below the second day. That is a 3 inside down sell pattern. It has us targeting this downside area of $52,436 to $50,221. So somewhere in this range here. It could happen very quickly over the next, could happen today, it could happen over the next couple days. There is a U.S. Fed meeting today, not like that really matters for this. The trend is still a bull, a higher move highs and higher move lows. The question is this a shoulder here, this high that we set back in February, and the sell signal that we triggered a couple days back? Could this be the head of a potential head and shoulders? Who knows? We'll see. It would be interesting to see if we can get down into our target area here and then stabilize the trading and bring it back up somewhere around where it's trading right now, and then see whether or not it can continue on to higher move highs and get a breakout above 61,000. All of us that are holding coins are definitely hoping that Bitcoin continues to go higher. For those of you that are looking to look at the trade and maybe unload some right now you're at a good area to take some profits and maybe look to buy it back about another $4,000 to $5,000 lower. Any extreme sell-off, we're not looking for more than around 46,300. That would put us down at this yellow line here, little tan line right here. Above here, the market's looking to stabilize and catch a bounce and then either set a range or get ready to make another run for new highs. Only a failure from this 43,067 net level, this would have us on the bearish campaign. Remember, we've been making higher move highs and higher move lows. The trend is higher. Now, should we come down to this downside area and hold and get a bounce, that would be a higher move low after a higher move high, which sets us up to start to challenge resistance again. And then should we start to run out of gas and create our right shoulder, then we'll see whether or not we get a big slide and maybe have an extended sell-off that could have Bitcoin going back down to, say, 36,000, 32,000, something like that. Is it out of the realm of possibility? Absolutely not. Let's look at this chart. We go back just to December. Remember, we were trading here at the first of the year. We were trading at 30,000. We had been trading at 15,000 back in December. So from December all the way to, look at this, December 15th. Let's see what we're trading. We're actually on the, let's do the 15th, the 17th. So Bitcoin settled on the 17th at $22,814. And we topped out at $21,847. That's a $40,000 move from December 16th just to a few days ago on March 13th. So over the weekend on Saturday when the market had peaked. So that's a big run up. You're talking about tripling the market in just a few months. So that's quite the extent of our excessive bullish force. So a little correction to come back down into this like area where we're looking is very, very probable. As far as, like I said, getting lower than that, well, if we looked at it, if we had a 50% correction off of that move, in fact, we can do that right now. Let's say that we get a 50% correction off of the December low to the high right now. Where does that put us? All right, we'll get this horizontal line here. That puts us right here at 39,000, and we'll even put a 0.618 retracement there. So if we do a Fibonacci overlay here for this area to find some support, as far as if we have an extended sell-off, I mean, overall we're bullish this market. However, an extended correction could possibly occur. Remember what happened when the first time a Bitcoin went to 20,000 and then dropped all the way back down to 3,000. So am I looking for that kind of a slide? Absolutely not. The trend is bullish, but having an extended correction, very likely. We've had quite the run up over the past few months. It would make sense as we head into springtime if people start to take some profit from these moves and stabilize the market for a little bit before it starts to get an excessive rally once again to the upside. We're having $100,000 as our target, just like everybody else, at least over the next year to 2 years. With the velocity of this current trend, it could be there in 2 months, let alone 2 weeks. So we're not going to get ahead of ourselves. Right now we have the short-term sell signal. This is a counter-trend sell signal. So for this is a place where not necessarily you might want to get short unless you're using some of the derivatives. I would not want to be shorting Bitcoin itself right now at these levels. You want to try and stay with the trend. So this would be a time to take profits and then look to buy back in at this 52 to 50,000 area and even back down to 43,000, 46,300 and $43,067. So these would be good buying pivot points to look for over the next couple of weeks. Should we have an extended sell-off? I don't really think that's going to happen. I think most likely, if anything, we'll press support down into this area once again around 52,436 down to 50,220 basically, and then get a bounce. Then come back above this, probably around the sell area where we're at right now. Remember, here's a shoulder, here's a head. Let's think that maybe if we come down into this area, let me draw this out for you, make it a little clearer for you. Let's get this. Okay, so let's just say we start to trickle down and we come into this area. We kind of break the trend or stabilize and then come up into here, somewhere around here, and then we start to have what would be our little direction going downward. It's a pretty bad arrow right there, so I'll put a little arrow here and we'll just twist this around a little bit. There we go. Okay, so see how this little snaky little thing goes here? This could be our potential second shoulder right here. So we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. The market still has to confirm price action always. You never want to be just trying to don't want to try and pick a top, especially in a bull market. However, it would be not outside the realm of possibility, like I said, that we come down off of this sell signal right here, the 3 inside down, which was occurred on Saturday into Sunday into Monday. Now we're having follow through from Tuesday. Kept making lower move lows. We rallied up. On the hourly, we were coming off a higher move high, a higher move low. Now we set a lower move high. So off of that, on the hourly, if we start to fall apart and take out yesterday's low especially, I think this will be a critical area as well. Taking out this low from yesterday will have us pressing down into our target zone. So we're not far off from where we need to be as far as that kind of rationale. So I think you're most likely going to see it chopping around. So if you haven't taken profits, maybe right now is a good time to lay off a little bit and look to buy it back down. I would be very careful trying to sell anything once you start to get down into this area over here. Remember, the trend is a bull. We're reviewing this right now as a corrective move to the downside, and even if we were to get a head and shoulders formation, that let's say we do get a bounce here in our target area and it rallies back up to around where it's at right now, and then all of a sudden we have the big sell-off. that head and shoulders, like I said, would have us targeting this 39,000 down to 33,000, most likely at the extreme, and then most likely you'd start to see a consolidation once again, and then a basing before we get the bulls to really drive the Bitcoin market once again for making a run for new highs. Markets don't travel in straight lines, and everyone, even though a lot of people are long, they're like, yeah, let's get to 100,000 as fast as possible. Well, that just doesn't happen. Markets get overheated, and people are going to take profits at these levels too. You have a lot of people that have been sitting on Bitcoin, especially that took heat for a couple of years. I don't doubt that even if they're bullish, looking for it to go much higher, that they are not taking some profits here. It would be silly not to. Anytime you've made a 200-300% return on your investment or more, if you don't take a little profits off the table, well, then you're definitely not following the decent money management rules for sure. So, which if you read the book, High Probable Japanese Candlestick Patterns, there's a whole chapter dedicated to money management. And these things apply for all markets, whether you're trading cryptocurrencies or Forex markets, futures markets. I've been trading for over 30 years. The nice thing is now we have a price history to start to work with when it comes to Bitcoin and these other cryptocurrencies. The level of volume that's trading with them is also helping them become more, if you will say, technically inclined to start to set patterns that you have in normal markets. The market psychology is not as erratic over the longer term with these markets because they are starting to become fluid. They're starting to become liquid, not where they were a few years ago, let alone 5 years ago. Now they're in a position where they're very actively traded. You have people with even small amounts that are buying and selling the cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and what have you. So as these grow, they're no longer infants, but they're still toddlers. They're still young, and there's a lot to watch for these markets, but they are starting to behave just like normal functioning markets. Remember, when it comes down to it, I don't care if you call it Bitcoin, you call it soybeans, you call it gold, whatever. Every market is just a matter of buying and selling numbers and the volume of interest involved in doing so. So do they serve a purpose? Sure. But when it comes to trading them, it's irrelevant what you call it. The more liquid they are, the reality is you're buying and selling numbers, you're managing money. That is your business, that is your job, that is what you're supposed to be focused on. As long as you're focused on that, you're going to have a future for sure. So once again, let's go over this real quickly. We have any questions? No, we got a couple viewers, but on Twitch and YouTube, but no questions. So once again, we had the high that was made on Saturday. The Sunday coming back and then confirmed on Monday with this lower trading day set off a 3 inside down sell signal, potentially putting in place the head for a head and shoulders pattern that is forming right now. Potentially, we'll see. If not, we could be coming down into this downside target area base and then make a run screaming for new highs. I think the trend is a bull, so be careful. We do not want to get ahead of ourselves until a head and shoulders is confirmed. We do not have a major downside correction in view. However, short run, we are still looking for a little bit more of a sell-off down into this 52,436 area down to 50,220 basically. So somewhere in here we're looking for a basing. Remember, we have this upward sloping support line keeping the trend intact. Most likely it'll help to hold things up. So with that being said, I want to thank you very much for your time today. We'll get back to you with some more Bitcoin signals as these pan out and evolve, and we'll see how this shapes up over the next couple of sessions and see what we're going to be able to do with these levels. So anyhow, if you haven't done so, once again, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and Twitch channels, Forex Trading Unlocked. We cover Forex markets, and we talk about all kinds of other markets as well. And we also do cryptocurrencies when we have signals especially. So we hope you've liked our little stint on the Bitcoin sell signal, the 3 inside down. And once again, I'm Teddy Keckstedt from Forex Trading.